What is good? Numero 5 of the Kody Klouds podcast. Got a good show coming up for you today. We're going to be talking about Katy Perry's Smile. We're going to be talking about that one clown, Tekashi 6ix9ine. He came out with his new album today. What is today? September 4th. So that boy is called Tattle Tales. And then we're also going to be talking about Big Sean's Detroit 2. His new album came out today too as well. So we're going to be talking about all three of those album arts. Probably going to get into the Chiefs, boy. They just got their Super Bowl rings and they look phenomenal. Football starts next Thursday. I don't know what day that would be. Let's see. Today's 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. September 10th. It's the Chiefs versus the Texans. Sports are back, baby. I don't think anybody's going to be in the stands, though. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, today's the 4th. Yesterday was my girl's 27th birthday. And tonight we're going to be celebrating with her family and whatnot. Going to be having dinner, probably a fire, and just hanging out. Got to social distance and stuff. People are going to be wearing masks and whatnot. But birthdays, man, birthdays. You remember when you was a kid and you had a birthday? You know, you get all your friends together. You get all your family together. There was this one birthday, I think I was in kindergarten, and my mama and my papa, they got me like a literal pony and a horse, you know, one of them stallions. Not the one with the wop. But yeah, they got me that, and then this clown, Bozo the Clown. And man, birthdays used to be so, the older you get, birthdays seem, I don't want to say, you know, matter less, but I feel like the magic, the excitement, maybe it diminishes, maybe it's just me. I'm sure, you know, there's people out there that still love their birthday parties. And, well, that's the thing. They have parties. And when you're older, you kind of have, like, get-togethers, and you just kind of maybe reminisce. You're just talking, having friends over and stuff. Mine was last month, and that's kind of all we did. We had a nice dinner, hung around the fire, talked, listened to music, watched sports, and it's kind of what we're going to do tonight. But boy, when you're a kid, man, it's full throttle. It's full throttle. Speaking of full throttle, when I was in, I was 6th grade, my dad bought me a dirt bike, and full throttle, boy. The party got started, okay? And, oh man, I loved that dirt bike. It's actually the reason why I have a messed up knee. Well, that and sports. If you've ever heard of Osgood-Schlatter's disease, and it's not even a disease as much as it is just like a growth spurt that happened too early or something. Maybe not too early, but the rest of my knee didn't grow with the rest of my body, and the doc says it's from sports. But also, I just remember that dirt bike, I fell off that hoe at a baseball field. Fell off that hoe at a baseball field on my knee, and that's when I first remember actually busting it. Like, that thing hurt. And then ever since then, I mean, I got this giant lump on my knee, but it's my bone. So I don't know if that kick-started it. But birthdays, man, you only get one a year. And speaking of clowns, man, we're going to get right into Miss Katy Perry. Her new album, Smile, just came out. And this album art, if you're, clownophobic, you might want to skip ahead in this podcast. So let's get right into it. Katy Perry, Smile. Right off the bat, I'm intrigued, Blonde Katy Perry. I like blonde Katy Perry as my favorite Katy Perry. You got your baby Jesus, you got your adult Jesus, you got your slave Jesus. Blonde Katy Perry is probably my favorite Katy Perry. And I don't even really like Katy Perry that much. Sorry, Katy. Congrats on the new kid, though. Her and Orlando Bloom had a children. But anyway, all right, so let's get right into it. This Katy Perry album art is called Smile. That's the name of the album. I love the typography of Smile. It's super, I don't know, a little bit retro, but it actually looks like a smile there at the bottom. It's got the curve there at the bottom. And let's see, the S, the M, the L, and the E are all caps. And then it got the lowercase I. So that's really good focal point and draws your eyes to the middle. And it points up, essentially, to make you look at her, which she's kind of looking like, whatchamacallit, Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts. She kind of looked like the Queen of Hearts instead of, didn't she have a big ass nose? No, she had a big ass head. But the checkerboard, she's wearing this checkerboard like dress, kind of looks like a bow, honestly, here in the middle. So you got your one little ribbon, two little ribbon, and in the center is her arms. She's looking like, so here's some contrast, back to contrast. She's got, the album's name is Smile, but she's got her hands resting on her head resting on her hands, and she ain't smiling. She's kind of frowning, but she's got that big ass honker on her face. I'm gonna zoom in here. Look at this. So she's got like a clown nose. Her eye makeup's really well done. I like that. And her red nails. They did really good with this red, white, and blue color scheme. And the typography of her name, Katy Perry, is kind of in, I guess, what you would call like a circus font. I guess. I like it though. So you got this red, white, and blue color scheme, and it's got good flow. I think it's definitely got good flow. But let's see, anything I don't like about, and good negative space. Like, it draws you right to her face, I would say. So here's like the flow. I would say you probably start maybe at her face because that red honker there in the middle. But if you go down and look at the typography of the name Smile, I'd say it leads you. Here's your eye. You're tracking it. You're tracking it. You're tracking it. Comes up this way. And then you're coming up to this negative space over here. So you see Perry, but then you read Katy Perry. And then Katy's here in the middle, right here. And then the bow goes to the sides. Yeah, very well done, whoever made this album art. Haven't listened to any of the music, but Fontana, Anthony Fontana, he says it ain't too shabby. I don't know. I'm not a big Katy Perry fan for the most part. Even on TV, I'm just like, girl, you seem like you got some, you've been famous for too long. But yeah, back to the contrast. I mean, her not smiling, album's called Smile. That should tell you something about what the album's going to be about. She's, got some stuff to tell you about. Let's see. Anything else about this? I haven't seen the back of the album art yet, so my bad about not getting that for you guys. But overall, Katy Perry, Smile. Yeah, it's a good mix. Honestly, that photo of her and then the typography, and that's pretty much the album art. I like the red behind the smile, which the smile typography is like a black or like a real dark navy down to maybe like a normal navy. So that's real good contrast. It pops. This album's got good contrast, good flow. Composition ain't too bad, again, with the contrast of her not smiling. That's probably my favorite part, is honestly that bottom typography. I'd probably give this album art a 8. Let's go 8. I like that. Let me zoom back in on her nose right quick. Look at this. Frowny face. Smile, bitch. Sorry. A little overboard on that one. Overall, Katy Perry Smile, 8. I like it. Yeah, man. Birthdays as a kid, them clowns. I don't know where that, fear of clowns even comes from. Like, Is it, I think I was watching something the other day, and I think it was honestly like Whitney Cummings had on that Dr. Huberman. He's like a neuroscientist, and he was talking something about them not being human. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that issue with cartoons necessarily, but it's the same thing with animatronic or like dolls, something that's human, but obviously not human. And it sets off something in your head where it just, that boy ain't right. It just ain't right in your head. So you like, shove it away. And I don't know. I never understood the fear of clowns or dolls really. But I'll be honest, ventriloquist dolls, the ones with the two lines on their mouth, like some Jeff Dunhams, they are creepy. And you always got movies being made about them. Like, people are really afraid of dolls and clowns. I'll be honest, though, that It movie, I'd punch that fool right in his face, and he'd probably bite my shit off, but that boy can get some. I'll fuck him up. What do we got next, man? I think we're going to go into 6ix9ine, unfortunately, but it's news, and I got to talk about it. So the next art we're going to talk about is Tattle Tales by Tekashi 6ix9ine. And YouTube, if you mess up my algorithm just because I'm talking about this boy, stop it. You can blacklist him. Don't blacklist me. We talking about the real deal here. We're talking about the art, okay? Man. Right off the bat, Tattle Tales is not on the album cover. If you like that, if you don't like that, ultimately, that's your opinion. Sometimes, again, this album art is obviously iconic in the sense that you'll remember this. You'll probably remember that it's called Tattle Tales. Again, we got Mr. 6ix9ine, Daniel, Oscar, Tattletale, Rat Boy, with his little 3D animated, sculpted in Cinema 4D probably, body, sitting in like a Looney Tunes looking circle with all the rainbow colors. And again, we talked last episode with the Jaden Smith album art. If you're doing the rainbow color scheme, you have to use all the colors. Otherwise, it's just going to be out of place. And on this one, a nice little touch, I thought, was this. He put his little shark bling, and it's like 3D sculpted with the rainbow teeth, and it looks good. This art style does look good. And I actually found out what dude's name is who creates these. I think it's Alex Jonas. Not like a Jonas bro, but a Jonas. Let me check right quick. Solis. Alex Solis. Or Solis. Solis. Alex Solis. You do good work, son. You do good work. You got the little drool coming out of 6ix9ine's mouth again. And whether it be water from that punani nani, or whatever. But this is obviously inspired by a Looney Tune. He's a cartoon boy. This dude is a character. It's kind of gotten to a point where you expect it. And in a way, that's good branding, At the same time, I would like to see something different. But maybe this is just his phase. I mean, dude's only like 25, 24, 27. I don't know how old he is. I know he's in his 20s. But, I mean, this is what he's built his brand on. So, he also came out with another video today called TUTU, which I've already seen that there's a bajillion reactions to. But I did a reaction in the past two videos. Might as well do one in this one, especially from the promo that he released today. So let's check that out right quick. From the top, he's been starting off his videos with the little shark. And that's like his new little gimmick, is this shark with the rainbow teeth. So let's give this shit a go. Jesus Christ. That Dunkin' Donuts, boy. He got that Krispy Kreme. He's drawing you in. And then these Escalades in the background with all the different rainbow colors. And then like a fun house in the backyard. Bro, okay. You can hate Tekashi all you want, boy, but the dude's branding is on point. Let's see what we're in for with this Krispy Kreme Dunkin' Donut milk chocolate, tattooed up woman. What is he? He's got some damn Elon Musk boring company flamethrowers, unless there's some knockoffs. But I believe that he probably did get some. He found somebody who's got them because they're not for sale anymore. But you know, he found somebody. And his hair, he looked like Twisted Metal, or like he's in a new metal band for M&M's. If the M&M's had a new metal band, this is what this fool looks like. What are those dance moves? He's like digging a grave, digging a grave, digging a grave. Maybe it's foreshadowing. Continue. Always talking about his dick. Tell him get off my dick. That chick looks familiar, honestly. Oh, that's a good callback. Him in the thing? No, not more Krispy Kreme. This. Okay, right here. Okay, back to the album art. This is a good call to it. Very good branding. Sticking to it. He's popping out of a Looney Tune hole. But it's also like if you go to the circus or something like that, clowns, he's popping out of this. It's looking like the Looney Tune shit. Why do you need a flamethrower, bruh? Like, why do you need a flamethrower for this? What, you're gonna burn you're gonna melt the donuts. Oh, why you sprinkling? Why you doing like, okay. Tekashi don't throw money. He throws sprinkles. Okay. He go to the club. He don't bring the money. He bring the sprinkles. He said, we gonna make you tasty. We gonna make you tasty. Oh man, this dude. Those long-ass nails. It ain't my thing. But those ones are scary. She looking like Freddy Krueger. I don't want to be that like that neither, but you can see her scar where she got that implants. Ain't nothing wrong with booty implants. I'm just stating the obvious. That would hurt so bad. Now I'm thinking about it. Getting your booty cheek sliced off with a katana and then them inserting, some water balloons, and just to have a fat ass. Hey, maybe one day I'll say fuck it. And, I want a fat ass. I want a fat ass. Continue. I wonder if he actually enjoys his music. What is this dance? He's doing the wacky inflatable flailing two-man dance. He's got those in his video too. And he's like waving his arms like one of the damn inflatable tube men. And in the background, those background vocals, I'm not sure. That don't sound like him. But if they made his voice sound like that, it ain't bad. I like those ad-libs in the background. You got to pay these chicks so much money, I'm sure, to be in videos with him. Because he ain't the ripest apple in the bunch, if you know what I'm saying. All these girls, though, coordinated with the cars, like their color, their hair color, and their, their swim gear, I like the color coordination, though. He's done that in his other two videos, too. His hair looks like that shit was just, oh my God. Bro, he looked like one of the stars in Mario or something like that. But when he got it right here, boy looks droopy. It's a sad star. Even his hair don't want to be around him. How many things they want to do like this? And then back to sucking your dick. All right. Bro, what? What are you doing, bro? He can do whatever he wants, bro. Until someone catch him. I haven't mentioned the car in the background. This Lamborghini with this yellow Lamborghini with a bunch of paint splattered on it. That's cool. That's cool. I really wonder if that is him in the back, though. And then we got Krispy Kreme here in the end. I wonder if that really is him in the back room, though. Doing those, libs. He's like, oh, I wonder if that's really him in the background. But hey, I checked the credits. I didn't see nothing. So maybe it is him. He's got a good engineer if that's the case. 6ix9ine, TUTU, Rock that tutu. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Jesus Christ, bro. Tattle Tales. Go check it out, I guess. if you're into that type of thing, go check it out. All right. All right. Man. This has been a fun episode so far. Birthdays. Clowns. Suck my dick. His hair, bro. He looked like the Statue of Liberty. Okay. He looked like the freaking the LGBTQ Statue of Liberty with the rainbows. Oh boy. What a life. Wonder what it's like to be old 6ix9ine. And then have your name be 69. Bro, this dude. I don't want to talk about him, but he be giving us something to talk about. Shucks. So yeah, after the break, real quick, I'm gonna hit this theme music, and we're gonna talk about Big Sean's Detroit 2 album art. I took a little peek-see. It's pretty dope. I like that. And then we're gonna talk about probably the Chiefs Super Bowl rings. And I want a house, boy. I want a house. So we'll probably talk a little bit about that. Anyway, I'll catch you on the other side. Bye-bye. All right. And we're back, baby. Hope you had a good time during that 30 seconds or something like that. Gee whiz. Okay. Let's see. What else we got on the agenda, boys? Boys and guys. We're going to talk about Detroit 2 by Big Sean. By Big Sean. Not Lil Jon. Not Lil Jon. Yeah! Big Sean. Okay? So here we go. Big Sean, Detroit 2. First look, first reaction, first breakdown. Off gate. This is sick. This is sick. I used to go to Detroit with my boy Laf. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. Shout out Lafayette the 4th. He's a great artist. You should check him out. But anyway, the buildings in the background definitely look like Detroit, from what I remember. And you have Big Sean in this. He does look like a little Sean, just because the photo's from a little far back. Yeah, by the way, for the listeners, it is just a photo. But it has been photoshopped a little bit, because I don't think these children up top banging these buckets. Oh, not even children. Those are not children. They're fully grown men. Okay. I don't think they could have got all floaty up there. So it's a photo in Detroit. Oh, and by the way, this album art was made by Mike Carson. Shout out Mike Carson. So it's Big Sean in a power stance in front of, I don't know what building that is, but it's in front of there's a chain link fence, and he's standing next to a bucket or a trash can. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah, silver trash can full of flowers. Check that out. That is full of flowers. And he's standing in front of this fence, in front of this building, with the big trash can of flowers. And then these 4 men above him banging, you've seen people in New York or on the streets. Buskers. Are they called buskers? I think they're called buskers. But, they play drums on the buckets freaking just on buckets, and they go crazy. So they're playing on upside down buckets with flowers coming out of the buckets, and they're just floating in the air above him. And I love how the one dude's got his stick in the air. The rest of them are going in. I wonder who they are. I wonder if there's some people that he actually knows, or if they're just some random Detroit people that he decided to, put in the art, put on for his city. Detroit, D-Town, Dirty D. So In this album art, again, no title, no artist name. I'm starting to think that this might just be a thing to do. Like if the photo is that iconic or if the art is that iconic, don't put, your artist name or album name on it to, I guess, take away from the overall piece. Because that's what these album arts are, is art pieces. So, what's Big Sean wearing? What's he wearing? Just looks like some white forces with some, torn up jeans, a little bit baggy. Baggy jeans are kind of making a comeback, honestly, a little bit. And then just a normal button up. He's got some jewelry. He's got a Detroit hat on. Looks clean. So let's see. What else can we say about this piece? I like how in the front, in the foreground, is just down here, this little bit of grass. I like that. Gives you a little bit, like you're a little bit in the art. And then in front of that, it's just him on like a sidewalk in front of a street, power stance. It's probably about 5 p.m. Looks like the sun's either going down or the sun's coming up. It's either early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Nice clouds in the background. And then I like the negative space over here, top left. That negative space. And then as far as composition, okay, I can kind of see some shapes here. So you got this building here. It's like a rectangle with the triangle on top for that building. And then you got a triangle here as Big Sean. And then you got a piece over here, I'd say probably like a square. You could probably box that. And then you have, now that I'm looking at it, there are a lot of shapes, especially in the building. But then the people up here, that's a rectangle. Then you have this rectangle, this kind of box, this box, this box. Yeah, okay. So now everything's kind of fitting in like puzzle pieces. The street, that's a long rectangle. And the sidewalk, that's a long rectangle. So, and then you have that negative space up here. That might be where I would have put the parental advisory that's down there, which is also a box. But I do like it. So in that sense, this is super balanced and composed. But I don't know. This negative space is nice. Artist choice. Who is that? Mike Carson. Mike Carson, that's your choice, bruh. Super creative. I wonder what all the roses and the buckets, like what the meaning behind that is too. I did see like a logo. It's like a D with a rose through it. So he's going with kind of a rose for the branding of this album. I wonder what the meaning is behind it though. What else can I say about this? I don't know, man. Overall, I really like this. It's not super overwhelming, but it's better than the Katy Perry one. I wouldn't even say better. It's just good for different reasons. You know what I mean? It's good for different reasons. I would give this one probably an 8 as well. We'll put the 8 up here in this negative space. But yeah, it's good for different reasons in the sense that this one isn't as not commercial looking. It's not as set up or something like that. It's not as set up. This is real raw in a way, especially because it is just a photograph. The other one had her name and the title on it. So maybe that one definitely needed typography. This one definitely doesn't. This one is super hip hop. Definitely super hip hop. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this one. I do really dig this album cover. One of my favorites this year? Is it memorable? Definitely. I'm gonna definitely listen to some of this record just because of the art. Okie doke. Good job, Big Sean. Good job, Mike Carson. I want a house, man. I want a house so bad. And I've been looking on realtor.com and being in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I mean, there's some decent houses, but from what I've been told, I don't make enough money. That's what they tell me, okay? I got a good job, but from what they tell me, I don't make enough money to get these houses that I want. Or at least I don't have the big enough down payment. Because apparently, the more, I'm not going to bore you with like finance talk on a design podcast, but apparently if you have a bigger down payment that makes your mortgage, which is essentially rent, it's just how much you pay a month. Apparently that makes it that amount smaller. The more down payment you do, I don't know. Someone who does finance can enlighten me, because Lord knows I definitely need to be enlightened on this subject. But I want a house, man. I've been staying with my dad. I've stayed with my girl's parents. I've stayed with friends. I've slept on couches. I've slept on floors. I've lived in poverty. I've lived in middle class. But it's time for me to get my own spot, bro. Like, and set up a bunch of different little music spots and podcast spot, like studios and stuff. I want a basement. I want a shed. I want a tree house. Bro, yes. If I get a house, when I get a house, putting it in the universe, when I get a house, I'm going to make a tree house. I used to make tree houses back at my other cribs, and they weren't too bad. Not even tree houses. There was, okay, and I didn't even help. My brother and my friend Austin, they started to build a tree house. I used to build like forts in the woods. Let me know if you guys ever made forts in the woods. I made like a dope chill spot in the woods. I swept the earth to get the dirt off the earth to make like a little clearing in the woods. And man, we had one of them swings, one of them like love seat swings out there, put a fire pit in the middle, had a picnic table out there. I'll never forget this. This was dope. And my dad's crib used to be right up against the woods. So we had an extension cord going from the crib all the way out to the woods. And we had TVs, and this was when like Call of Duty first was starting and stuff like that. Call of Duty and Halo was popping. Bro, we had dope tournaments out there with a fire, with a pick. Bro, we were some teenagers. We probably shouldn't have even been doing this stuff, make this fire. I remember we had a fire damn near as big as the trees. Yeah. Now I might be incriminating myself, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. So we were just some crazy kids doing some crazy stuff, being ingenuitive. Another thing that happened out at that spot, I'll never forget. I was chilling with my boy, Colton, and first started smoking weed, and and it's like nighttime. We sitting out there on the swing, and we're rolling up right on this tray, and then my dad comes back out of nowhere. He'd never caught me smoking. I don't even think he knew. He probably knew, but first time actually catching me. He grabs the tray with the tree on it, and he flings the tree off of it, takes that, and whaps me upside the head with that shit, boy. Oh my God. And then he shoves my ass, tells me to get inside, sends my friend Colton home. He was actually staying with us. And he couldn't stay with us anymore. My dad, apparently, I don't know if he puts blame on him or what, but we're way past that now. Everything's good. My dad's a hard ass. At least he used to be. He's still kind of a hard ass. He's a hard worker. I love my dad. But that was his house. Now, I'm trying to get my own house. So if he does some shit I don't like, it won't go like that, I'm sure. But where he goes to take some of my food, I'll be, what are you doing, boy? Man, I just want a nice house. Not even, well, yeah, I want it to be nice, at least to my standards. But I want a house that has, like, them Greek pillars, those tall Greek pillars. I want something like that has some nice pillars. I don't know. I got a bunch of different aesthetics that I'm going for. And then my girl, she's got her own aesthetic. From stuff she shows me a lot of things with, like, really big garden and really big trees just covering the place. And some of them are dinky, as in small. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't need to have a giant house, but I don't want to live in a goddamn shack. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to live in a shack, I've lived in a shed before, bro. I forgot about that. I've lived in a damn shed at my mom's crib. That was actually super cool. It was like a double-story shed, 2-story shed, and I was gonna turn that into like a studio. That was actually super dope. That was one of the first things, not one of the first things. After making them forts, this shed was like one of the first things that I actually put effort into, like building or like refurbishing or something like that. Like it was a shed, okay, with a double-story loft area. But I went to the damn wherever I went and bought like wood planks or whatever, like nice tile wood or something like that. I don't know, it attached together. And I attached that, so I had like a wood floor in the shed, super nice. And then upstairs, I found this red carpet and I carpeted the loft area with this red carpet, super nice. I put a little like end table, you know what I'm saying? Like a wood end table, and had lights up there, and like I think a mattress, I think a twin mattress, or I didn't, and it was just sleeping bags. So some of the downfalls of that thing was like spiders and stuff like that. And that's another thing. We had an extension. Here's my thing, boy. I take an extension cable from your house and drag it to wherever I'm at because I need some power so I can use my shit. But the bugs, the little buggies were in the crib, and and I would do my art and stuff. I think it was like freshman year, sophomore year of college. Man, oh, another place to live, my car. Definitely lived in my car. But that little spot was going to be so dope. What ended me staying there was here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, we have seasons, okay? We have seasons. So winter came, fall came, and then winter came. And I didn't know what the hell insulation was. I didn't know how you keep something like that warm. I don't know what insulation is. So eventually it just got too cold, man. I had to leave. I could have stayed there. So I think I might have went back to my dad's. I don't remember. Or maybe I was staying with my girl. I don't remember. But good times. I want a house, man. Moral of the story is I want a motherfucking house. What else we gonna talk about? Oh yeah, the Chiefs. Football is back. Football is back. Football is back. Football is back. The Kansas City Chiefs got their Super Bowl rings, man. And they look sharp. So here's this. Let's roll the clip. So you got some highlights. Boom. Look at that. Ooh-wee. That's nice. And you know that is real diamonds and minerals, okay? Real diamonds, real gold. I think this is their second Super Bowl. That's what it looks like from the ring. But it's got world champions on both sides and gold. The Kansas City logo with those like rupees, like from Legend of Zelda, them rupees. And 2 Super Bowls in the back, Lombardi trophies. Man. And then look at that. Look how deep it goes in. The people who design rings have such a crazy job. I can't even imagine what goes into making like a ring in general, but the people who be making Super Bowl rings have to have one hell of a job. Continue. that LH down there, I think that's for the owner, if I remember right. The team owner, or like the team creator or team owner. His initials are LH. 2020, 69 and 19. Be great. That was their team motto for the year, was be great. Jesus, the VVS. My diamond shine bright in the night time. Chiefs. And then on the inside, engraved. Not even engraved, man. That's what I'm saying. These look like some deep cuts. They dug right into these rings. But it showed how much they were behind in each game leading up to the Super Bowl. 15, Mr. Mahomes. Patty Mahomes. Yeah, that thing is crazy, bro. Bro, they made this ring out of Quavo's teeth, okay? They said, Quavo, we need you to give us some of your what is it called? Your baguette. We need some of your baguettes. We got to make the Chiefs Super Bowl rings for all 100,000 of these players and coaches. Man, let's go back a little bit. Gee whiz, man. Yeah, back to, and then the name for each player is tucked right in under there. There is so much good design and composition. Like, this is damn near architecture building this shit. See, and you could see, okay, so like, here's like a little thing. There's a bunch of little holes, like clip-ons. Yeah, man, you're making all of these little pieces and putting it together like a little puzzle. And you got to do that for every one. We don't got artificial intelligence machines to do this yet. I'm sure there's some sort of something doing something, you know. But handmade. These bitches is handmade. Man. See, you got to clip it in like that. Show it again. Zzz, zzz. Click, click. Boom. That is nuts, bro. I wonder how much one of these rings is worth. That's nuts, bro. Damn. Congrats to the Chiefs, though. Congrats to the Chiefs. They're going to be hard to stop this year. Again, they signed everybody back to the damn team. They're pulling money out of the air. How the hell you get all this money? Where does money coming from? You ain't lose nobody? Boy, these Chiefs are going to be something fierce. Again, I'm a Viking fan, but I like a bunch of players and coaches and stuff like that. So I'm just rooting for good football. I'm always just rooting for good football. It's going to be interesting with nobody in the stands. They announced that they're going to put 70 decibels of crowd noise. Apparently that's as loud as a vacuum cleaner. So I don't know how that's going to go, but we will see. This Thursday, September 10th, Chiefs, Texans. So if you would better get your bets in now. I'm just excited for football to be back, boy. Because 2020 has been one crazy year, and we need football. Football's going to kill COVID. It's got to. Football's got to kill COVID. And then tonight, we got the Lakers and Rockets, game 1. Here we go. The Beard versus the King. Versus AD versus Russell Westbrook. Should be a good series. I hope this don't go to 7 games. I hope they just, bro, LeBron's had like a week off, and then these dudes just played 2 nights ago. You better smack that ass, all right? Put that dick in the dirt, okay? Come on, let's go. Oh, man. I got to get back to this birthday dinner here in a sec, but little bit of plugs. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to the first time. Shout out to the last time listeners. If you stuck around this long, you're the truth, and I appreciate the out of you. So I think we're gonna have some guests in the next few episodes. Some designers, creatives, musicians, athletes, some science people, and maybe some of my family, if I can get them on. My dad, I don't know. That'd be funny, especially when football talk. Maybe we'll have a weekly thing where he checks in on the Cowboys. This dude loves the Cowboys, bro. And bro, I love to just talk shit with him. So probably get him on maybe. Yeah. Hit the hotline for some phone calls. Try and get them bitches in. 260-255-4435. You can also check the website out at www.kodyklouds.com, both with K's. Thank you for supporting the content. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Subscribe. Hit the hotline. Take care of your peoples. I love you. Love them. And have a good rest of the week.